My cooking experience. Let's see here. I've been working as a personal chef and a retreat chef for the past 5 years or so. Traveling all over the world. I just came back from Spain and Morocco. I worked at a hotel in Spain, chef de cuisine for a summer season, which was eye-opening and fantastic. And then I went to Morocco to work at an eco lodge with some young French and Australians who have opened up this really cool, totally off-grid hotel concept with Berber tents. I got to cook in that kitchen and experience the southern coast of Morocco, and the fish down there, and the people, and the cuisine, and the culture. So I travel. I travel and I cook. That is my passion. I mean, my passion is, when I try to sum it up for somebody, I have to use the cliche sort of local sourcing, global flavors is where my passion lies. Farm to table is something that for any chef worth their salt, it's just the way you cook. It's getting the ingredients that are the freshest, the closest to home, grown with the most care, knowing where they're grown, how they're grown, and putting that on the table as quickly as possible.
Together, you get the nice, the sourness, the tartness, the umami, the meatiness of the beef. Tasty, it's delicious. I'm sure it's gonna be awesome. Oh, it's like surf and turf, but so much better. It's so good, so good. Try it. You gotta try that, but try it all together. Okay. Because it really is. The ogo gives it that nice, briny, ocean. So good. I want to get in there, but you should try it first.
So that's farm to table. That's something that these days, really any restaurant that's getting any sort of accolade, any chef that's getting any sort of accolade is using farm fresh ingredients. This place that Hanai, the place that we're at right now, takes it a step further and makes everything from scratch. So it's 100% local, which for some places in the mainland it's normal. It's like a regular, you can do 100% local because you might be able to grow wheat, all of those things. We don't have that option here.
Pumpkin, and blended it with banana, and the banana he's used is a cooking banana, which has very starchy, very little sugar. So it's like it adds this element, slight sweetness, but mostly it's about the body of it. Because potatoes, at least on Kauai, we're not growing regular potatoes. So for starchy kind of vegetables, we rely on root vegetables like kalo or taro, and we rely on bananas, the cooking banana. We rely on kabocha squash, which is that pumpkin style squash, and it makes a really nice hearty vegetarian dish. And the cool thing is that without meaning to be, it just happens to be vegetarian and gluten-free and all of those things just because of the nature of the ingredients that we have to play with.
Hawaii is reliant on shipping in 80%, 90% of its food. So to be able to use every ingredient and have it be a locally grown ingredient, sorry, puffy, is almost impossible unless you really put your mind to it. And what they've done here is actually done exactly that, made it's sort of a challenge to create everything from scratch. So we've made our own oil. They make vinegars here. They're sourcing everything from farms all over Kauai and also from Molokai to get the best possible ingredients and have everything be local, which is it's incredible to me. I know it's incredible to all of my chef friends, and now the whole point is to get everybody else to understand how incredible that is and taste it in the food that is being produced. So that's what Hanai is all about, in my opinion. And that's what is exciting to me about working with them, because they are, I think I said in my email, it's my tribe.
Blends in.
Let's have that as the
You know what I
second,
mean?
the second of. No, it's the second of.
It should be controversial. It should not be controversial.
No.
Yep. From the table. We picked arugula this morning. We bring in fresh. We like to have it within a few hours to the table. And then the chai flowers, whatnot, we picked the day before. It was raining yesterday, so it's quite hard to get everything. Right when the rain stopped, went out, picked it real quick, wrapped it up, and put it in the fridge for Adam to pick up. So.
Delicious.
Yes.
Absolutely delicious. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Delicious. Thank you.
Let's see, grilled local eggplant. We have kalo or taro root that's been cooked and then diced up, and then roasted local mushrooms in a ragu. So it's made into a nice sauce with coconut milk. Or did he say macnut milk? Hold on 1 second, let me just make sure. What did he say? He's up there. Oh, I don't know. Let's just say macnut milk with macadamia nut milk. And nasturtiums is what the color is on the top. And the nasturtium isn't just pretty, it adds a nice peppery bite to the whole thing. So it's guaranteed to be good. I'm hungry.
What I was going to say is a pop-up is just a shared use space where they typically close their kitchen at 3, and we were looking for a nighttime venue that has tables and chairs and a bathroom, a certified kitchen, all the things that would prevent us from selling our food. And so what we did with Java Kai is we asked them if we could borrow it on Fridays and Saturday nights. We pay them a percentage of our sales. In exchange, we get a full restaurant.
When I'm not cooking, I'm thinking about food, I'm talking about food, I'm eating food. But there's this other side to it that I've really found feeds me, is traveling, getting to know what's happening on the ground with these other food cultures. When I was in Morocco, there was the aunt of one of my co-cooks was a woman who made argan oil from scratch. And she would spend a week to make 2 gallons of argan oil by hand, picking all of the nuts, cracking them open by hand with a rock, roasting them by hand, grinding them by hand. This is some serious business for a product that is revered around the world for its properties, is delicious, is able as a condiment for food. But it was really the care that she put into it. It was the care that she put into it that made it super special to learn about and how it was done. And not that I could ever repeat that because we don't actually have argan trees here, but I could potentially apply that same concept to making macadamia nut oil. I try to connect with artisans, people who are doing something so special in their region that you can't learn it anywhere else. And then when I come back, I have this memory and I have new knowledge, and maybe I can apply it to something here. And that's kind of my style of cooking.
How are you?
At the base. I have a core of friends in Hawaii and all over the world, female chef friends who do similar jobs as I do. One of the things that's interesting about women in this industry is that we don't necessarily have restaurant jobs. There's a lot of women in culinary who you don't see because we're the ones that are traveling. We're the ones that are private chefs. We're the ones that are the retreat center chefs. We're not the ones necessarily on the line in the restaurant. And I haven't figured out exactly why that is. What I have figured out is that really does, it speaks to a totally different mentality in the kitchen. Usually restaurant lines and restaurants in general are pretty testosterone driven places, and it's hot, it's sweaty, it pays terribly. There's a whole list of reasons why a person wouldn't want to be in that side of food, and women, I think, have figured that out. So all of my female chef friends who are also travelers, private chefs. Oh, beautiful. Business concept that I have named, it's a gleaned goods. It's a gleaned goods emporium. So do you know the concept of gleaning?
Yeah. Of
Okay.
course. Yeah.
So it's going to be,
Oh, okay.
I'm tentatively calling it waste not want not. Waste not want not, the gleaned goods emporium. Oh, and it's going to be products made from, sourced from farms where they would otherwise turn under or throw away, compost the product, or from people's trees, because Hawaii has so much food that goes to waste just by virtue of the fact that we don't have a use for 400 pounds of tangerines when they're on your tree and they're falling on the ground and nobody wants to go pick them. And so what happens to all that food? It goes onto your yard, it makes a mess. So if somebody came into your yard and said, hey, I'm insured, my team's insured to come pick your fruit, we'll pay you for it, or we'll give you as much as you want and pick the rest. We come in, we take the product, we make a beautiful jelly, a marmalade from it. That's a gleaned good right there. And that brings some of the, I mean, we have such an abundance in Hawaii. A bounty of deliciousness that just sometimes goes to waste. You know what it's like. In avocado season, you can't give away your avocados at a certain point. Mangoes, you know, and
we're importing food.
And we're importing food. We're importing 80% at minimum. Yeah.
Costco.
Yeah.
What are we selling avocados for?
No, seriously, what the fuck? I mean,
Really?
it's not even a. And people don't quite get it. Like, I still see people buying apples. I see people buying Dole bananas. Okay?
Duh.
In the store. When you have
Acres.
80 different varieties of indigenous amazing bananas. And I mean, I'm not even a bananas person.
I am.
But the bananas here,
Make you want to cry.
it's not Dole bananas.
They
It's
make you
not
want to cry. I
They
love
do.
bananas.
They're beautiful.
Excuse me.
No, it's good. That's the reaction that I want people to have.
Yeah.
I want people to understand how
Yeah.
special it is to live here.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have the ability to grow year-round
Yeah.
pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I mean, Hawaii has microclimates that rival Brazil. Brazil has, I think I'm gonna throw a number out there, but I forget exactly. But I think it's like 18 microclimates, and we have more than that in such a smaller area, surface area. It's not even funny. We can grow anything here, and we should be. And this is, I think, as a chef, that's sort of my kuleana. My responsibility as a chef is to make sure that you eating the food can kind of connect with that concept and say, well, why would I go and buy lettuce from California or arugula from California when I can have amazing, fresh, just picked arugula, beautiful mountain apples, macadamia nuts. I mean, nothing on this dish is grown anywhere else. And that to me is awesome. That to me is what food should be. And, you know, from a health perspective, from a taste perspective, this is a plate full of goodness right here. Totally. You know?
There's no beef. No.
There is meat. It's beef,
Wow.
which is local.
Oh, I see. Everything's local. Everything's local. Wow. Love it. I love it. I am so impressed.
Yeah, so while I've been off, because in the fall I worked at the retreat center on Molokai, and I came back, and it's sort of a vacation-y time for me
Yeah.
in between contracts.